Smart with English. Chapter 7.
Reading. Read the narrative text below. The purse of gold. A beggar found a leather purse that someone had dropped in a marketplace. Opening it, he discovered that it contained 100 pieces of gold. Then he heard a merchant shouted, "A reward! A reward to the one who find my leather purse." Being an honest man, the beggar came forward and handed the purse to the merchant, saying, "Here is your purse. Will you keep your word to give a reward now?" "Reward?" scoffed the merchant, greedily counting the amount of gold. "The purse I dropped had 200 pieces of gold in it. You've already stole more than the reward I'll give to you. Go away or I'll tell you to the police." "I'm an honest man," said the beggar defiantly. "Let's take this matter to the court." In the court, the judge patiently listened to both sides of the story and said, "I believe you both. Justice is possible. Merchant, you stated that the purse you lost contained 200 pieces of gold. Well, that's a considerable cost. But the purse the beggar found had only 100 pieces of gold. Therefore, it couldn't be the one you lost." And, with that, the judge gave the purse and all the golds to the beggar. Writing. Now, write a narrative text in your textbook. It can be fables, myths, legends, or stories that you have heard before. Pay attention to the basic features of narrative text. 1. Examine paragraphs contain complication and resulting events. A beggar found a leather purse that someone had dropped in a marketplace. Being an honest man, the beggar came forward and handed the purse to the merchant, saying, "Here is your purse. To examine the setting of the story above. The setting of the story above in a marketplace. 3. Examine paragraph contains resolution. Well, that's a considerable cost. But the purse the beggar found had only 100 pieces of gold. Therefore, it couldn't be the one you lost. And, with that, the judge gave the purse and all the golds to the beggar. Collaborative. One. Who are the main characters? The main characters are the merchant and the beggar. Two. Where is the story taking place? The story taking place in a market. 3. When did the story happen? The story happened in the morning. For what happened in the story? A beggar found a leather purse that someone had dropped in a marketplace. Listening. He sell purses. 1. Where is he stands? He stands on the corner. 2. How much the purses? $10. 3. What is he says? $10 offer an offer. 4. Why many women stop? Because want to buy the purses. 5. What is the women buy? Woman buy the purses. Grammar. 1. Narrative text has some basic features. Here are the basic features of narrative text. Narratives tell fictional stories. Example: fable, myths, legends, and stories. Narratives text begins with orientation, which introduces the story. Who are the main character? Where is the story taking place? When did this happen? A problem or complication occurs. What happened? The problem is then resolved, which is called a resolution. Usually written in past tense. Grammar. What is the difference between fiction and non-fiction? Fiction refers to literature created from the imagination. Mysteries, science fiction, romance, fantasy. A fiction book is make-believe. Harry Potter is an example of a fiction book. Some other fiction books are Stuart Little and Frog and Toad. Non-fiction refers to literature based in fact. All biographies and autobiographies are non-fiction. Books written about history are also non-fiction. Most things written in the newspaper are non-fiction. Newspaper articles about weather, sports, and births/deaths are a few examples of non-fiction. Poems and dramas are also considered non-fiction. Answer the questions below. 1. A non-fiction book provides information about. 2 books about history are. 3. A fiction book is. 4. Harry Potter is an example of a. 5. Some parts of a fiction book are. 6. Stuart Little is a. 7. All biographies and autobiographies are.